Welcome to Lifestone TV. We cover personal development and so much more. Let's get right into the video.
I'm so happy to do this video with you because...
I'm so happy. Thanks for doing it in my apartment.
No, thank you. Thank you for having me over. And we just did an amazing private lesson and I feel really inspired.
Good.
And I've been falling in love with dance.
Good.
It's always been a passion.
As you should.
And something that I love about your classes is just like you have this infectious energy of just like a big warm hug, you know, and I always feel so good after your classes.
That means a lot. That's what I strive for, so thank you.
I want to ask you, like, what inspires you to dance? Like, what is your why? Why do you love to share the love for dance with other people, and why do you dance?
Oh gosh, I mean,
it's a loaded question.
No, it's a great question, and I think that for me, I mean, my mother tells me that she would play Fleetwood Mac on her belly, and I would start kicking.
Oh my God.
Or like if I would hear music, I'd start kicking. So she either said he's going to be a soccer player or he's going to dance or something. And I think it was my great-grandfather was a dancer, and on my mother's side. So there was, we have it in our blood, yeah? Because my cousins are really good dancers too. So,
wow.
But this is on my mom's side. My dad's side's good too, but it's
What
definitely
type of
from
dance
my mom.
style?
So,
Jazz?
no, so like, just at family events, like we dance and stuff like that. I'm the only one who went professional with it, which stinks because I have this incredible cousin, and if he had gone with it, he would have been 10 times better than me. Like, sweep me under the rug. He's so talented. So I wish he would have pursued it. He's taken my class a couple times, but he's never wanted to pursue it. But to answer your question, yeah, so ever since I was younger, my mom says, since I was 3, I have older siblings, and, everything that I do stems from my childhood, because I feel like I had a very good childhood and a very happy childhood, because I have older siblings, and there's a reason why I call myself, a lot of people ask me, like, why do you call yourself, and I promise all of this comes into the first question you asked, but a lot of people ask me, like, well, why did you call yourself 80s baby? Is it like, does it have anything to do with like Stranger Things? Does it have to do, because 80s culture, 80s pop culture is very popular right now, and the answer to all of that is no. So it all stems from my childhood, and the reason why I dance is because I have my sister and my brother who are older than me, and we have like a big age gap. My sister is 14 years older than me. My brother is 9.5 years older than me. So there's a big age gap there, but it's the most, and I feel like a lot of people say, well, did you feel like an only child? And, because my siblings were out of the house while I was pretty much growing up, and I was like, no, I thought it was the coolest thing ever, because I got to experience like music, pop culture and stuff ever since I was a baby. So I got to listen to some of the best music in the world, and that's what got me to be who I am, because I am an 80s baby. I was born in 84, and I have great memories of sitting and listening. My sister wouldn't let me in her room, but I would sit outside her her door while she would listen to all this incredible music, just with my ear pressed against the door, and listen to Tears for Fears, and I could go on and on, Pet Shop Boys, and Front 242. I could go on and on and on. And I would sit there and I would listen to this music, and I would get up and start moving. And my mom was like, we gotta put him in a dance class. So that's what we did. I started. I went to an incredible studio called Dance USA, Michelle Ferraro, and I started there. My parents brought me to the best of the best, and I trained there. And then I was a competition kid, and then I stopped for a while just because my parents wanting me to focus on my work and my studies and this. And so what I ended up doing was I stopped for a while and I got back into it in college because I had like a near-death experience in college. Yeah.
What?
Yeah, and I'm a big guy now, but I was actually 10 times bigger back in the day. I lost a lot of weight, and I'm still trying to keep going down. It's hard though because I like pizza, but it's, yeah. I had a blood clot in my right leg, and it shot up. I had pulmonary embolism in my lungs, which is why I have to continue to lose the weight. Well, you know, it was a bad thing, but it turned into, it was kind of like a second chance, I feel like, because I could have lost my life that night. I was only 21 years of age, and I was sitting in an ICU unit next to an 80-year-old man who was unfortunately going to pass. Yeah, because I would overhear, you know, because we were smack right next to each other. Yeah, it was really, really scary. And I sat there, and that's when YouTube was kind of coming out, and like, you know, that era was starting, and I would sit there and I would watch all these dance videos, and I couldn't figure out what I wanted to do with my life, with my career. I was gonna go. I had my degree for psychology, like family science, family studies. Like I focused on like the LGBT. Families, and working with that as I identify as gay myself. So I was sitting in that ICU unit and I just watched all these videos, and they were wonderful. And I would watch specifically my mentor. Her name is Luan, and I just said, as soon as I get up out of this hospital bed, I'm gonna get out of here, and I'm really gonna pursue what I want. That's exactly what I did. I got out, I went back to school, I finished school, and then I applied for the internship at Broadway Dance Center. It's called the ProSem program now, to study and to really just, I saved all my money and just, I was like, it's now or never. And then I went for it. And that's how everything kind of happened.
Wow, that is so beautiful. That is such a beautiful story.
I hope that answered your question.
No,
I kind of went
it
all
did.
over it.
It's so similar because, so I don't know if I told you this, but when I was 25 years old, I had a very devastating injury.
Really?
Yeah, so I basically damaged my body completely because I lifted improperly. I was bedridden for many months, right? And this was when I was 25. So I would look on YouTube at dance videos and I would cry myself to sleep because I would think I can't even walking to the bathroom hurts. How am I gonna dance? And I would look at all these people, flipping their hats and doing these cool things like hip hop or listening to my favorite songs, and I'm looking at all these people dance and I would cry myself to sleep because I'd be I would want to live vicariously through the people in the videos, and I would want to do that. And after, that's kind of how Lifestone came about, my brand Lifestone. I also healed my body through my mindset. And I'm a big believer in that, of healing your body through your mind. And your mind is your most powerful tool, so you might as well use it, right?
Absolutely.
And like you always say in your classes, a lot of times we're in our heads when we're trying to learn these dance moves, and it's our minds are either going to let us win or let us fail,
Absolutely.
And it just feels so rewarding, and it's and it gives me so much joy to dance. And I the best thing about dance for me is that I forget about all my problems. I'm so present.
Absolutely.
I'm so present, and I'm not thinking about anything else but actually dance. And it's almost like you kind of black out, and you're kind of letting go, and you're kind of doing it.
That's exactly how I feel.
And then you're like, wow, an hour and a half passed by. This felt like 10 minutes.
Yeah, absolutely. Well,
Right?
our private went super quick,
Yeah,
but
it did.
we got a lot accomplished.
Yeah, and I love that. I love your story, and I feel like the thing about when bad things happen to us, like your life and death experience, it does level us up. It has no choice but to level us up, and then all of a sudden we can see this second chance, like you were saying, and also seeing a different perspective, because sometimes like we need those lows to experience the highs. We need that balance, you know.
Bam.
We really do. Like I feel like if I didn't go through all of that, you know, and like I have so much more gratitude now in my 30s than I did when I was in my 20s. I feel like.
Absolutely. I feel like that's a natural progression where, like, I feel like in my 30s as well, I feel like especially during the pandemic and after, the things that I would be like, oh, that's so small, are so big. So, like, just having a day with my friends, going vinyl shopping, or this, that, and the third.
We couldn't do that when it was locked down.
And
Yeah.
I'm like taking every little aspect of that in my brain and just being so thankful to be able to do X, Y, and Z and get up and be able to just have a fun day. You know what I mean? And I feel like pre-pandemic, I would forget about those days quickly. Whereas now, I feel like I'm so hyper focused on enjoying every moment.
Right, because it could be taken away at any minute, like any
We're
day.
already,
like, you know, like
we've already seen
yes.
what can happen when everything just shuts down.
Yeah, and like I feel like every day is just so precious.
Absolutely, I agree.
And whenever I go into your class, I just feel so happy. And I love the
having you.
rituals that you do too, like before class and you know, taking a breath and being present and like, you know, it really means a lot, you know, like your classes. Like I feel like everyone leaves your classes and so many of the classes at BBC, like we just leave so inspired. I love BBC so much. Like
That's where, and you know,
it's
BBC
life
is
changing.
where I
Honestly,
started.
life-changing. Yeah.
BBC is I say that I have two homes. Well, I have a couple homes as far as dance is concerned. But BBC, I mean, I started when I was 12 years old,
Wow.
and Chia was my first teacher.
Well, I don't want to take up any more time. I know you're very busy, but thank you so
And
much.
here, of course,
for
my
this
baby.
video, and I'm looking forward to spending more time with you
Me too.
and to more videos. But yeah, please let everyone know where they can find you. Your
Of
social
course.
medias.
You can find me on the billboards of no. You can find me at 80s Baby, and it's 80s and then B.A.B.Y because someone else took it. But on Instagram, I pretty much just use my Instagram.
Yeah, and I'll definitely tag you too. And thank you guys so much, and peace and gratitude.
Yes, have a wonderful, wonderful week.
Thank you so much for watching. You can find me at lifestoneusa.com as well as on Instagram, lifestoneusa. I also have my art website, which is lalaalcram.com. Thank you so much again, and peace and gratitude.